Okay, hello, welcome to episode 61 of No Holds Barred Pod. That is Sal Dodson over there.
And that is John McGowan. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to our little shout-out of the week of all the terrible news that we'll bring you the truth of.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have got some laughs today, though, haven't we? Sort of laughs.
Some. Oh, at the expense of mainly America, but yeah, we have.
Yes. It's quite troubling. Well, it would be troubling if we weren't already in the mire.
It would be funny if it wasn't all sort of framed around a war that's kicking off, isn't it? But yeah.
Well, yeah. How did I just describe it as a situation? Circumstance. We're in a circumstance. So my news isn't so much UK based as the circumstance based, because everything's linked.
Yes, it is.
And it's mad.
That's like Trump describing it as a war and then not a war and then a war, then an excursion, he keeps calling it.
It occurred to me the first time we had this conversation. And I still repeated myself.
He thinks he's going on holiday. We're having a little excursion in Iran.
I don't think he thinks at all, love.
He means incursion, obviously, but he keeps saying excursion. So, yeah. Anyway, so quickly before we kick off, I want to just mention our Patreon at the top of the show because we had a good Patreon chat last night with our Patreoners. I had to duck out.
Hi, Jane. Hi, Spider.
Yeah.
Paul, where were you?
Yeah, Paul was missing for some reason, but he's been in touch anyway. So join us on Patreon if you want. It's patreon.com/no holds barred pod for early episodes, a weekly chat with Sal and or I, normally both of us, but it might just be one like last night because I had to run. And all sorts of other cool things coming along soon. So yeah, just get us on Patreon. That'd be cool. And yeah, you get us a day earlier. That's the Brucey bonus of it all. Or
if you just visit in to test us out, if you could like, share, subscribe, that'd be smashing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
There's always free. Everything comes free eventually. But we had last week was interesting because we put out we were talking on Monday last week about Trump's market manipulation, and we recorded that on Monday, and the mainstream
before most people were.
Yeah, exactly. The mainstream media, it didn't get reported on BBC and Sky News till Wednesday, so we were like 2 days ahead. So if you were on Patreon, you got it Monday, you were 2 days ahead of the Sky News lot.
And we talk about a lot of the news that doesn't get reported at all.
Well, yeah, there's that as well.
For example.
Yes, for example. Segue into Sal's first section now. So yeah.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not joined up. What am I missing?
No, I don't know. Do you want to carry on with your circumstance chat first?
Oh, I mean, it's wide and varied. It's going to take us at least 2 episodes again. Where should we start?
Yeah.
Should we get the home news out of the way? Not that I've got a huge amount of home news. I
have.
Just as an aside, were you going to talk anything about the ambulance business?
No.
Because I was just going to report back that it's gone from being an anti-Semitic attack to being attempted arson.
Has it been downgraded now?
Yeah, they were bailed, the 2 Britons.
Yeah, I saw that.
Apparently, of undetermined origin. Apparently, on this account, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all very suspicious, isn't it? And I was a bit cagey with it last week.
Deeply suspicious.
But lots of things have come out in the week that sort of render it in the what's going on here category.
It does. Where was I starting with this? I was going to talk about the march.
Oh, yeah, do that.
And so, every year there's a march for Palestinians that were ended at the Nakba, which does involve Britain, because Britain was central in sending the people to Israel after the end of the Second World War. And if you don't know about that, go and read the Balfour Treaty.
Yes.
Which is why I do think we should definitely be paying homage in this country. However, I have a statement here from the Palestine movement rejecting the Met's decision in favour of the far right, if you can believe it. Every year, the Palestine Coalition organises a march in London on the anniversary of the Nakba, or catastrophe, the 1948 violent mass displacement of the Palestinians from their land. This is a family-friendly event that brings together Palestinians and supporters from all backgrounds and walks of life. This year, we will march on Saturday the 16th of May to demand an end to Britain's complicity in Israel's crimes and reaffirm our commitment to Palestinian freedom. In response to our annual demonstration, far-right thug Tommy Robinson has called a hate march on the same day.
Yeah.
This is not the first time the far-right has targeted the Palestine movement. In the past, they have done so aggressively with verbal and physical violence directed at us and the police. Disgracefully, the police have now refused our proposed route, even though we informed them of our intention to march on the 18th of December 2025. Instead, they have allocated London's political centre, the whole of Whitehall, Parliament Square and Trafalgar Square to the far-right protest. We call on the police to immediately reverse this shameful decision. We call on every person of good conscience to march with us for Palestine in London on Saturday the 16th of March. We will march.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what?
You know, when he picked that date and when he announced it a couple of months ago, I wondered what the significance of it was. That is obviously a big part of it, isn't it?
And it's the end of the footy season, which does play in. I don't care what anyone says.
No, it definitely does. Definitely. So,
or it certainly will do.
It's not really acceptable, is it? That's, the Met should be. I mean, they've announced this week as well that they're going to start arresting Palestinian action protesters again as well, haven't they? The Met, which is no coincidence of what's going on tomorrow. I think that's announced in time for that, the Together March tomorrow in London.
We're occupied by Cryonists.
Yeah, so it's
and this they prove it every single time with everything that happens. Israel's always at the bottom of it.
I meant to do that for today,
and lest we forget who's sponsoring Tel Aviv Steve now.
Well, yeah. Him, the MAGA lot, and Putin. But yeah, I'm just going to interject there because I talked to you earlier about something and I didn't put the notes together because I forgot and I didn't have time. But I will do for the next episode. We've had a couple of comments on our YouTube channel and I've had some on Twitter about kind of accusing us of being anti-Semitic, and we're not, neither of us at all. And I just want to put that out. But for the next episode, I'm going to explain why that's the case. So the people that don't understand, who conflate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, which happens a lot, and it happens on purpose mostly as well, I think.
Absolutely.
So I think I said to you, I think it'd be good for us to do a little segment of a proper explainer of why this
we often talk about how bad actors, let's call them that, use the shield of religion for respectability. That's literally what they do. It's like the Scooby-Doo hood of fascism.
Yeah.
And I think if you could explain it in intelligent words, that would be great. My brain's probably a bit too scrambled at the minute.
But I'll write something down for it next week.
Unfortunately, for my feelings and for a lot of my Jewish comrades online, the word anti-Semitism has been worn out because Peter can only cry wolf so many times. And that's documented. Sorry if it's distasteful, but this is how they behave.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen online, Dr. Rama has just been arrested, bailed and released for the 5th time.
Yeah, I saw that.
For allegedly supporting Hamas, which she does not.
No.
She rails against genocide. She's a doctor from Palestine.
Yeah. I know. It's very dark times at the moment. And I think it behoves us to put out. I'll do a little explainer on why what we say is not in any way anti-Semitic. It's against it's very specific type of a group of people who are quite dangerous and quite nasty across the board. And we'll
go and tell
the next step.
Go and tell the anti-Zionist rabbis that they're anti-Semitic.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much like
the good people who are standing against it.
What's the Jewish publication online? I'll find it for the next step, that they're very vocal against Zionism. I can't remember the Jewish people.
Oh, Jewish Voices.
The Jewish Voices.
I think it is.
Yes, that's the one. And they're very vocally
they're brilliant.
against, and they explain it all the time. So just a heads up for the next step. We're not being anti-Semitic. It's just part of our discourse, and we'll explain why we're not on the next episode.
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go. Just wanted to chuck that in. So yeah. So what next? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the marches. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem, isn't it?
I can't help but wonder, given the numbers involved, the far right are going to get vastly outnumbered on that. Do you think it's a precursor to them shutting down protests completely?
There's been a lot of talk about that, hasn't there? I don't know.
It's what they're edging towards.
Yeah,
with nudge theory.
I mean, there has been mention of it, hasn't there? Like Shabana Mahmood has kind of hinted at it a couple of times, and even Starmer said something about it, potentially.
Calling it a hate march.
Yeah, things like that. They're just
no.
You can't
it's
call
a peace, love, and unity march. That's the whole point.
You can't call things hate marches like that when they are peaceful. When you're allowing Tommy Robinson and his literal fascist thugs to march on the same day, and they're not having that at all. Not one iota. So, yeah,
it's
let's
despicable.
watch and see. But I hope, obviously we hope there's nothing bad happens on the day, but it kind of worries me a lot. So,
They're dangerous people. We know this because lots of them have got criminal records. And again, we talk most weeks about how human behaviour escalates when it's not controlled.
Yeah, very true. Did you see, on a positive note on that, though, Ryan Ferguson has been nicked.
He got nicked on his way into Liverpool last week.
In Liverpool, yeah.
He didn't make it to the far right, yeah.
No, and he's been remanded.
Oh, that's a shame.
He's been charged with violent offences in Liverpool and inciting hatred, I think it is.
What's he done?
I don't know. I'll read it, have a read, but I just saw a headline that he's been remanded after being a dickhead in Liverpool, basically, and that's what I'll find it for the next.
I tell you what, I heard him speak the other day. I've never heard anyone that posh come from Netherton in my life.
Is he very well spoken, is he?
For someone from Netherton, yeah.
Fair enough.
Like, you wouldn't know he was a Scouser, really.
Really? Yeah. Okay. I didn't know he was, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, he always seems to be in Liverpool, but yeah, he's been arrested, charged, and not bailed. He's been arrested, charged, and remanded, so he's currently in prison, and he is a proper Nazi, so good news.
Somebody had a sign last week saying, "We do not claim Ryan Ferguson." So.
Yeah, nice. Liverpool doesn't tolerate Nazis. No, very much not. So, cool. Right. Where do you want to go? America? Do you want to cross the pond?
Hang on. I've got one American story. I've got two American stories. And that the clip I sent you that I said there should be an SNL skit, and it isn't.
Yes. Yeah.
Should we put that in now?
Yeah, let's. I'll put this in to start to kick us off our little American roundup. Here's Secretary of War Pete Hegseth not understanding, well, very much at all.
1,000 kilometers away. For years, they told the world that their missiles could only range 2 kilometers. Surprise. Yet again, Iran lied. And to the world, I say London is 4,000 kilometers from Iran.
Measurement.
Yeah, very cool. That has now been. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with him.
It's not funny, but it does explain an awful lot.
Yeah, he thinks 2 kilometers is 2,000 kilometers, and
nobody picked him up.
No, 1 kilometer is.
They didn't even look surprised.
No, they're just like, yeah, let this pass. I know, absolutely crazy. And this is who's running our world and gigantic war in the Middle East at the moment. So. In
much less amusing news, I've got a little piece out of the Washington Post, which I believe is Jeff Bezos, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah, we can link him to another story I've got for later, but probably in the next ep. This is terrifying. Separately, the Pentagon notified Congress on Monday that it intended to divert about $750 million in funding provided by NATO countries through the Pearl program to restock the US military's own inventories rather than to send additional assistance to Ukraine, according to 2 US officials. The first official said it was unclear whether European countries participating in the initiative understood how the funding was being spent. Now, just before we discuss, Pearl countries stands for Prioritised Ukraine Requirements List. It's a NATO-led initiative launched in July 2025. It allows allies and partners to fund the purchase of American-made military equipment for Ukraine directly from US stocks. As of March 2026, more than 75% of NATO's 32 member states have committed to the programme. And then it says who the leading donors are, of which there's Norway, Germany, Netherlands, us, obviously Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, Estonia. It goes on. This programme effectively acts as a clearinghouse where NATO coordinates needs, the US provides the hardware, and the contributing nations provide the financial backing. Yeah. Except those weapons are no longer going to Ukraine.
Nope. Because
what?
Because Trump's spaffed all his money up the wall bombing Iran and achieving nothing. He's basically stealing $75 million from NATO and the EU, effectively. And he's going, well, instead of giving that to Zelensky, like we agreed, I'm just going to use it to buy more missiles for us. Dickhead. I mean, it's outright criminal activity.
Sorry, light bulb. Couldn't swallow my coffee. We also found out today that that Zelensky has been nominated for a Nobel. Could these two things be linked?
Quite possible, because and it was announced yesterday or last night, wasn't it? The Nobel Peace Prize for 2026 he's been nominated for Vladimir.
Could he have got wind of that and
who, Trump
had a paddy?
Easily. I mean, nothing. We can put nothing past Trump at this stage, can we? He's the most petty man on the planet with the most amount of power, and it easily could have heard about the Nobel Prize and gone, right, we're not giving you any money now, or any weapons rather, is in this case. He keeps threatening to pull out like financial support for Ukraine as well. So
I wish America would pull him out.
I know. I wish his dad had. Sorry. That was...
Shout out. High five.
That's a bit lewd for me. But yeah.
No. Rubbing off on you for now.
Uh-oh. It's Friday afternoon. It's all going a bit
it's gone viz-tastic.
Yeah, a bit viz. But yeah, we know Trump is literally the pettiest man on the planet, so anything is on the table at this stage. You know, he could definitely have heard about that and gone, right, fuck you, we're not giving you any missiles anymore. So yeah, I'm sure it'll shake out in the next few days, but well, it might not. It depends if troops are going in tonight after the market's closed, like lots of people seem to be projecting. So
that old chestnut.
Yeah. Yeah, he panicked again last night, didn't he? Because I saw the S&P 500 and the Dow tanked yesterday. Absolutely, like they had to have market corrections and stuff, which is really serious stuff.
What's the S&P mean?
Oh God, it stands for it's their stock
Singapore
market.
And something, or
it's someone and someone. I can't remember. I'll find out.
I need to get salt and pepper out of my head. That's all.
It's definitely not salt and pepper.
I figured.
I can't remember what it stands for. Standard & Poor's 500. That's it. It's an old thing. So
who does it belong to? America.
Yeah, it's the American stock market.
I thought they had like the Nasdaq and the Dow and.
Yeah, it is the Dow effectively. So,
have you seen it?
But it tanked yesterday anyway. So Trump then had to release. Then more messages came out on social media about him pausing the war again. But like obviously linked to he saw the stock market and then came out with a load of bullshit about pausing again. And then it went off again on saying we're going to unleash hell and obliterate Iran, even though he's obliterated them at least 20 times already in the last month. So, yeah.
Well, apparently the Israeli army's on its arse. It's a shame,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I heard that. There's a lot of unreporting going on from Israel, isn't there? We're not seeing very much at all about them getting quite badly hit by missiles. Quite a lot.
There's a handful of people crying on TikTok, like.
Is there? Yeah. I don't know. It's just all going a bit mad as it's getting worse. Like Trump's getting more delusional. Even JD Vance was dragged out yesterday, wasn't he? And he was like put in front of the cameras by Trump, and he waffled on a bit, and then it ended up saying that the
what
reason
did I say on the last pod about JD?
Yeah. I know. Exactly.
God, I'm like some sort of mystic.
I know. See, get on Patreon. You get not only do you get it a day early, you get psychic predictions for a week previous, a week in the future, even.
I'm joking. I'm just very good at reading psychopaths.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. But they dragged him out yesterday, and I don't think he'll be out. It's basically, he's a bit like Lee Anderson, isn't he? They let him out once every 6 months. He makes a massive gaffe, and then they put him back in his box. Like, okay, that was a mistake. Like he said, he came out with yesterday.
Try him again in a couple of months.
Yeah, exactly. He said yesterday, he suggested that Iran were developing nuclear suicide vests. Now, I mean, they're going to have to be pretty big vests, is all I'll say. Like,
fucking hell! This is mad!
To hold amount of fissionable material or kind of weaponized Ukrainian on your person. It's like Mr. Creosote at the end of Monty Python.
You'd never see him coming, would you?
Yes. They'd have to hoist him in on a crane. Drop him in somewhere from above on a crane.
These are my favourite moments of the pod, these.
Needless to say, I don't think JD's going to get back out again for a while. So, yeah, that was yesterday. But amazingly, that wasn't the craziest thing that came out of the White House yesterday.
I think I actually said last week he'd be slightly more reasonable.
Yeah, maybe.
Not always right.
No. I think what that ridiculous comment is probably the most reasonable thing that was said yesterday, as I'll tell you in a minute. What Trump came out with yesterday. Now I'm reading this. I'm going to read this out because it's off of the Occupy Democrats. They put out a tweet this morning. And basically they said, here's all the insane things that Trump said at his cabinet meeting today, which was yesterday. On cognitive tests, he said, I aced it. I got them all right. President Obama, he wasn't a smart man. I know all about him. He wasn't a smart man. Highly overrated. And he said, after the presidency, I think I might go to Venezuela and run for president.
The very same cognitive test he's talking about.
Oh,
Can you name these animals? No other president has been able to do this test.
Horse, tiger, duck, giraffe. Whoa, my God, yeah. Is that the one?
Yeah, I printed it out. I meant to do it like months ago on the pod, and then I thought, because I was going to get you to do it, just for shits and giggles. Right, yeah. And then I was like, it's not going to work. But I knew it would come in handy, so it's been in that bowl for months. So
take a picture, email it to me. We'll put it in the show, and then all of our listeners and viewers can have a crack at Trump's cognitive test.
You can just Google it. It's called the Montreal Cognitive Assessment, and it's literally how they figure out senior citizens have got dementia. That's what it's for.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that tracks after some of the next things he said. He said, after the presidency, I think I might go to Venezuela and run for president. It's an option, he said.
No, it isn't.
On the missile allegedly shot at the US base in Diego Garcia, he said, they shot the now famous Ireland. He said Ireland.
I saw that. I thought he was talking about Ireland. I said, what?
No, he was saying Iran shot Ireland with a missile. The Ireland that the UK was afraid to give us.
I know. That's what I was... What?
Right.
Is he in Cyprus? Did you mean Carg?
No, I think he's meaning Diego Garcia. He's got all that in his head, but...
I know the feeling.
Because he said Iran gave them a very big present.
That was priceless.
We're going to give you 8 big boats of oil. That's what he said. 8 big boats of oil. He said then I think they're Pakistani
Do you
flag.
think they're putting him on the phone to someone?
Yeah, maybe. Someone.
They might be, you know. It might be a Magite on the other end of the phone pretending to bring uranium,
saying,
telling it, oh my God, that's how they're doing it.
It wouldn't surprise
It
me in the
must be.
slightest. Yeah. Here's 8 big boats of oil. Oh, yeah, great. 8 big boats. But I mean, 100% it didn't happen. It was been proved today that that's absolute nonsense because no big boats, Pakistani flag, went through the Strait of Hormuz.
Iran have got big animation. That much I'll give them.
Oh, yeah, we'll mention that in a minute because that's worth talking about. But he said he then, when Secretary Burgum told him about oil being brought to America, he said, forget that. When are they going to do a statue of me? Okay. All right, fine.
He's so modest.
Then he said, oil prices are going to go up a bit. Iran, he said, I'm the opposite of desperation. I don't care. In fact, we have other targets we want to hit. So he's sort of trying to move on to other places. ADHD doesn't cover what Donald Trump is. He talked about the fact that he voted with a mail-in ballot in Florida local elections the other day when he's going to make him illegal apparently, but it's okay for him, he said, because he's the president. And on that, three local districts of Florida flipped from to Democrats on Thursday. So like by-elections basically for us.
Handy.
Including Mar-a-Lago, the district that Mar-a-Lago
I saw that, yeah.
It's now Democrat-controlled, which is absolutely brilliant. Then he went on about the National Guard, saying how he's going to keep them in America, saying how they help. They open doors for people. They carry bags. They pick up paper on the ground. Like the National Guard he's talking about.
It's Parks and Rec, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. On the Strait of Hormuz, he said, the amazing thing is we don't need the Hormuz Strait. We don't need it. We don't need it at all. We have so much oil. Our country is not affected by this. This is just after he talked about $7 gas prices. And the price is
$7?
Yeah, it's like hit $7 in some places in America. Mind you, it's hit over $2 in
That's
this country,
like a fiver though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really expensive. And that's so then he was going on about gaslighting the nation, saying that America's not affected. And then this just makes me laugh because the last thing that the Occupy Democrats wrote is on pens. That was their title. And Trump said, see this pen right here? This pen is an interesting example. It's the same thing. So this pen is very inexpensive, but it writes well. I like it, but I can't have the pen the way it was. You know what it is. I don't want to give too much publicity, but they treat me really well. Sharpie. That was it. You just ranted for about... You ranted for about 5 minutes about pens. Like, this guy is... Yeah, and then it cut to Pete Hegseth as he said Sharpie. And Hegseth and Marco Rubio just went like,
2 kilometers.
They did a really stupid fake laugh when he said Sharpie. It was like, oh my God, this guy is nuts. That's
I know it's not funny, but you've got to laugh where it is because you've got to.
You have to laugh.
Oh.
But then 2 nights ago, a GOP congressional fundraiser, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, got up on stage in front of the entire world and said, tonight we have created a new award. We're going to do something we've never done before. We'll honor him with a new award. He's the first ever recipient of the America First Award.
I saw that.
Is this beautiful golden statue right here, appropriate for a golden era? Like, they literally have to keep giving him prizes like he's a, 4-year-old in primary school.
It's unbelievable.
So he's now won the FIFA Peace Prize, which was made up especially for him. Now he's won the America First Award, made up for him by his own party. They have to keep giving him gold little trinkets to keep him interested in stuff. It's unhinged.
While
crazy.
His family robbed the country blind.
Yeah,
the world.
Exactly. I know. Excuse me. Yeah, it's absolutely off the charts. I don't see how it ends without him unless he has a...
They've got to remove him.
Yeah. Unless he has a health problem. Because I mean, maybe the news that Zelensky's been nominated for a Peace Prize and Sadiq Khan's been nominated for a knighthood might do the job, but you know.
Well, I'm hoping it's the straw that will break the camel's back, but equally it could be why he's doing what he's doing.
It could be, yeah. It could easily be.
While he's talking to his pretend Iranian friend.
Yeah. Hello, sir. We've sent you 8 big boats of oil. Yeah, we won. I know. I do. Yeah.
I don't think Iran are sending him anything. It isn't a clip of Lego Man.
Yeah, that Lego clip is just off the charts, isn't it?
Well, there's been a few of them now.
Yeah, there's been a few. You sent me a couple, and I found that one today. But some really, really brutal trolling coming out of Iran to Trump via Lego animated videos. And the one today I saw was just crazy, wasn't it? Maybe put a link in, but I'm not really sure if we should. But it's a bit kind of, it's quite strong.
I think they're brilliant, but I don't think we should.
Nah,
because I think, yeah. I admire their strategy.
Yeah, I do. And because they know it winds him up, right? They know stuff like that really gets under his skin. Like if they make little videos of him crying with Netanyahu at his knees crying as well, it really kind of... What I did find interesting about that video is it gave us some interesting news. It showed you... Did you see it? Do you notice it showed the name of the ships it had hit and then lots of different incidents that had been happening?
Details.
Yes, details that hadn't been reported to us previously, some of them, I think. So
writing, this is for the Epstein victims on the bombs and stuff.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. It was for this. The first bit they said was for MINAB, the school where America bombed the girls. And then they said this is for Epstein victims. So, those two things are like sentimental statements that would get to people like us, and they're making themselves into this sort of not like it is, they have to be sort of,
it's justice. It's justice that we've all been screaming for decades.
Yeah, they're holding Trump to account and no one else is. So yeah,
we would to the best of my knowledge, and we haven't discussed it, but I think you and I would both have preferred for, I don't know, the UN to have got hold of the Israel problem a long, long time ago, and for everyone to be settled and living not behind fucking walls and cages.
Yeah.
And being brutally assaulted to the end of your life and locked in prison just by dint of where you were born and where you come from.
Yeah.
But they didn't, because there is no world order, it turns out, as we're finding out. It was all a nonsense. Surprise, like everything else, like democracy. And we now have to rebuild a democracy that we can all live with. We just need these insane people gone.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe the sort of small silver lining is that the people that are all in charge causing the problems are all sort of heading into their 80s. So maybe that's...
Well, we need to get business out of politics, you see, because politics isn't business.
Very, very true.
But, that's a whole other conversation. But while you picked up on the MINAB thing, I'm going to handily segue, probably make it our last thing this episode.
Yeah, sure.
I have an excellently wild story for the next app. Just drop that in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's mad. But Don and I are having a little disagreement. I know you'll all be cheering. You'll all be cheering. Because this morning there was a UN Human Rights Council in Geneva, and it was regarding the urgent debate on Iran.
Yeah.
The context, it was the UK Human Rights Ambassador is Eleanor Sanders, and she was delivering a statement regarding the protection of children and educational institutions in international armed conflicts at the UNHRC in Geneva this morning. So could you play that clip, Dom? Thank you.
Certainly.
Mr. President, we are appalled by all reports of civilian deaths in MINAB, in Iran and across the region. Innocent civilians should never be caught in the crossfire. Our thoughts are with the victims and their families. We support all action that will help bring a swift end to this conflict. Mr. President, even in times of conflict, we cannot ignore Iran's own human rights record, which remains dire. Just 2 months ago, this council met to condemn the brutal killing of thousands of Iranian protesters exercising their right to peaceful protest. Iran's abhorrent use of the death penalty and continued internet restrictions fuel cycles of repression for the people of Iran. The UK will continue to work with international partners, including the UN fact-finding mission and the Special Rapporteur, to hold Iran to account for its repression of women and girls, religious and ethnic minorities, and human rights defenders. We know it takes huge bravery to protest and to speak out in the face of this oppression, especially for women and girls who continue to endure severe repression in their daily lives. Mr. President, the UK demands that the Iranian authorities fully respect human rights and fundamental freedoms of all people in Iran. Thank you.
Okay.
How we done? Now, what I heard when I listened to that clip, listeners, was about 25% of acknowledging why she was there, and then about 75% running cover in whataboutery. And I have a problem with that because the Americans and the Israelis are targeting schools and medical facilities in Iran.
Yeah.
And they're saying that the Iranians are hitting residential areas in Israel. They have no option because Israel strategically put all their military bases and strategy centres in the middle of residential areas very deliberately to hide behind the residences.
They have. 100% agree on that fact. Yeah.
You know, their schools aren't getting targeted, the hospitals aren't getting targeted by Iran, but it is the other way around.
Yeah.
And we've still got a Prime Minister and a Chancellor of the Exchequer who are quote-unquote proud Zionists. So, yeah, I've got a problem. What do you think, Don?
The bit I interpreted differently was just at the beginning where she talked about the school, and I just thought that she'd mentioned that and the women and the girls, and then I thought there was a full stop, pause, new paragraph type situation where then she went on to talk about the Iranian regime, which is fair game because we know the Iranian regime are nasty as.
But that's not what was the topic of the conversation at the UN.
Yeah,
I'm sure they can call another session for that.
Yeah,
because it's a different thing. I'm not saying the Iranians are good people. This is not that. What I'm saying is they were there to talk about how Israel and America are targeting schools and residential centres, and she went straight to, but what about Iran?
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I just think it was only that little bit at the beginning that I just had a little pause for thought on that I just didn't, because I think the sort of implication from the tweet is that she was blaming Iran for hitting the school, which I don't think she was. That's all I was thinking, that she didn't do that bit. And the rest of it.
Okay, I was talking about the video, not the tweet. Sorry.
Yeah,
I know it was a retweet. We got the clip from.
It says, in an urgent debate at the UN Human Rights Council this morning on the bombing of the Iranian girls' school in Minab by the United States, the UK calls for Iran to be held to account. See, I know what you're saying, and you're right. Iran, obviously, but I think it's a bit ambiguous the way that was written. I just thought maybe that they were saying that she was saying that Iran had bombed the girls' school, but obviously she didn't. That's a bit I'm just querying, that's all. The rest of the bit, I agree with everything else you've said. It was just that bit.
Oh, no, so I'm just giving you my take, not his take.
Yeah, but that's the bit I was kind of thought that was a bit sort of woolly, the way it was written. I won't mention who it is because a very good commentator that I think we both like. But that was all really. I mean, obviously, the two things can be true at the same time. You know, we need to definitely look at what Iran is.
But it is whataboutery.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but
I don't know, but I'm almost certain that the UN Human Rights will have discussed Iran before now.
Oh yeah,
of
course.
That would be the time to discuss what she was talking about. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It just
shows our complicity. But I went back and because I had a look, and where did these people come from? And she's been a civil servant forever, with no expertise or qualifications in anything. Certainly not in human rights. And yet there she is. No. She's earned her place by being a good yes lady.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but that is largely how the civil service works.
Oh,
if you keep your gob shut and you look the right, your face looks the right way, you'll do all right.
And you can talk in public. Yeah, that's about it.
If you've got an opinion, you'll be out the door.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, that is true. That is. So, yeah. What else have we got? Should we not wrap this one up?
Wrap up and crack on.
Wrap this up. We'll move on to another short second episode of the day in a minute. So thanks for having a listen or a watch on this one, and we're going to come back in
Feel free to comment if you disagree.
Yeah, absolutely, do that.
Or agree.
We are getting more comments on our YouTube channel, which is nice. Some fine, some quite abusive, but you know, that's free speech and all that stuff.
It ain't just.
But yeah, we'll come back in the next episode. Sal's got a bombshell to drop, and I've got some insane...
I don't know about a bombshell. It's a very wild story, though.
Insane reform round to come. Yeah. Cool. Right, see you in a minute.
See you later.